From Las Vegas, it's Let's Talk News Now with Rick and Ella.
Welcome back to Let's Talk News Now. And ladies, we were just talking about what has now been referred to as pill mills. Mm-hmm. And the pill mills are basically where an extraordinary number, or a very, very high percentage of patients are being prescribed narcotics, okay, that have to be governed. Now, the way that the prosecutors are going after some of these physicians is actually kind of clever, because you do have that doctor-patient confidentiality, right?
Right.
However, there are laws whereby narcotics have to be accounted for through the pharmacies. So when you're seeing one physician who has a disproportionate number of patients constantly prescribing a very specific set of narcotics, then this is where the investigation starts, right. And then starts the paper trail.
Right.
The money on this is huge. The pharmaceutical companies have actually kickbacks to the physicians,
right.
Plus the physicians are getting paid cash, plus the pharmacies and so on. Sometimes these clinics even have pharmacies where they're actually distributing from that location.
Sounds like drug dealers.
I was going to say,
that's what it is.
They might as well get in the corner and say, I got this drug for you, you know.
And then you find out the side effects, and then the lawyers have the mass suit against the pills.
It's almost like legalized drug addicts,
a legal
really.
way to deal drugs.
Right. And personally, I don't understand how somebody can, because even when I have a couple of glasses of wine, I do not function. Hence, it has to be at the end of the day when I'm ready to go to sleep. So, I don't understand the whole.
I understand some people really do need that medication, like the pain and all that. I get that.
So
and it is necessary. It really is necessary.
So what about laws and so on? Breaching the patient-doctor confidentiality. What about should government now be, I guess, trying to oversee physicians?
I thought they were always doing that.
Proper prescribing.
Weren't they always doing that?
Well, the thing is, let me play devil's advocate for 1 second. Do I want a prosecuting attorney to now decide what type of narcotics I should receive if it's between my doctor and myself? How is he or she the appropriate authority? What schooling do they have in meds, and what schooling do they have as physicians?
Then it also starts with the person, because we do live in a very addicted society, whether it's what have you. So, I mean, somebody may really think they need it, but it's also sometimes just...
Well, you get dependent on it,
right?
I think. And again, we're quick to prescribe a pill rather than just get to the root of the problem. Depression, have a pill.
Right.
Maybe just go out and exercise. You might feel a little better.
Okay, and this then brings me now to the flip side. Connecticut just passed a law saying that they are now the one of a handful of states that have that marijuana is legalized for the purposes of say it for me, Kim.
Medicinal.
Thank you.
You had a little, though.
I had a little of it. I'm just getting there.
Say cinnamon.
Okay. So the thing is, but now, how does that play out?
Can you grow it in your backyard, or do you have to buy it at a place?
Something that much.
I have to ask.
Are you going to move there?
I have to ask.
Planning move?
I have to ask.
I don't have that much information, because I really don't know.
It's legal in Oregon as well, right?
And in California. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think in California you have to buy it at a clinic.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why I asked.
It is.
How legal is it?
Right.
It is prescribed.
They come on your door.
Prescribed, and you do have to go and pick it up at a proper. But is this?
And it's a weaker. They say it's a weaker type of plant or whatever it is. I don't know. I mean,
I personally think drugs is drugs, really.
I don't think marijuana is drugs.
I know. I've heard lots of people say that, but personally, for what's going in my body, there's distinctions as to why do I need it? Do I need it? Am I? You know what I mean? But that's just me.
What is it doing?
It is.
I don't smoke it or anything like that, but I don't think it's a drug like a Vicodin or a Loratab or cocaine or anything like that.
It's a natural herb.
Yes, it grows from the ground.
I don't like the effects, because whenever I'm around somebody, I get high, and that's not my choice.
From what you heard. That's what you know. Just
from what I've read. No,
my research.
Some people do use it for pain.
Yeah, they do.
I knew someone who used it who's
cancer patients
paralyzed.
Use it
So he used it.
AIDS patients I know who oftentimes will lose weight because there is that, I guess the side effect is that you're oftentimes really, really hungry, the munchies, right?
Right.
And people will turn around and it actually helps them to keep weight on. So people with glaucoma. So I understand both sides of the argument, but I think again it's this gray area. When is good, and when is it bad, and what's addicting, and what's not, and to what degree do we want law enforcement involved with this? And when you're talking about prosecutors, you're talking about warrants, you're talking about all kinds of things. Where's the line there? Is law enforcement truly prepared to determine what is an appropriate drug to be used by a physician?
You'd have to have you have to have some kind of prescription saying you could get the pot.
Right.
Get the pot for the medical reason.
But there is really a line. You kind of just don't know. It's each individual case,
I think
isn't
you
it?
can find out by the number of accidents people have had under Vicodin, because people get all blurry, or under marijuana, which is probably 0 accidents.
Okay, right. I was thinking like accidents to get your
All
stuff.
right, ladies, we have to let this one go for now.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll come back to it again. And we have Alexi Taryn coming back.